We're going to begin with subordinate clauses, with subordinating conjunctions, although, which, that. Can you think of other subordinating conjunctions in this class of words? I always like to get the class of words together so that you can.
However.
Not a conjunction.
Right.
A transition.
Yeah.
Conjunctive adverb, transition expression.
Sorry.
Yeah, not so important. But what I like to do is make sure that the class of words are all grouped together, because then the rules apply to that class. And then we can see, again, as we did with coordination, given that class, what are the differences that make each of them unique? And what are the similarities that say we can treat all of those equally and teach them as a class to students with some similarities in terms of meaning and use.
Despite the fact that will be that class?
No. We're going to be talking about words like because and if. But I'll go through. We'll see examples of all of these kind of things. Okay, so subordinate clause. Although some citizens had tried to rescue the building, I'm continuing with the Independence Hall theme from last time. I based a lot of my sentences on that. They had not gained substantial public support. Always asking the students, make sure that your main idea, the one you want the students to focus on, is in the main clause. Okay, so they have to be reminded a lot. This is what their main point is, and that this is secondary. And a lot of times they just don't do it. They're not thinking along those terms.
Yes, because you couldn't say, although they have not gained substantial public support, some citizens have tried to.
Yes.
And that's not what they mean.
Yes, exactly.
The grammar would be all right, but that's not what they mean.
Right. And I tell them constantly that I can't get inside their brains. I can only bring my values to what I see. So when I see arrested and beheaded coordinated, I think I would never say that. I have to stress to them that this is their responsibility to get that right. All right, and then the next one. Nope. Where am I clicking?
Just one click, one left. Yes.
Okay. No, that didn't do it. On the left or right?
Yes.
There we go. Okay. Another way to subordinate with a relative pronoun, with who, whoever, which, and that. And some students ask me, what's the difference between which, the relative pronoun, and which, the conjunction? Does anyone know? Can I go back?
Yes.
Sorry, right. Let me see if that
There
takes
you
me
go.
back.
The second, and the other.
Okay, very
great.
Okay, so we see which here. What's the difference between a subordinating conjunction, which, and the relative pronoun, which?
Oh.
And look at the content. What's in here, and what is in here? Because I could have a sentence, they had not gained substantial public support, which they had worked hard to get, or something. So looking at it, can you see a difference? And here it's a matter of form then. What's the difference between the which that functions as a conjunction and a which that functions?
You want the next?
And a which that functions as a pronoun?
As
Does anything pop out at you?
As a relative pronoun? it may be the subject or the object of the verb of a restrictive clause
Exactly.
or non-restrictive clause that refers to a noun.
Yes, yes. And this which then refers to what?
Step.
The step, okay? So we go back to the definition of a pronoun, that the pronoun replaces a noun. So here, this is a referent to step, whereas if we go back here, if this were a which clause, then it would just come before this noun right here. So that there would be a full noun after it. It is not replacing a noun. Okay. Students will sometimes, using these subordinating conjunctions, omit this noun. And that's a form problem.